Here is your coffee, miss. Please enjoy. I'll leave it right there. Okay. Here you go. Enjoy. Oh, hi there. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Jojo's Espresso. My name is Jojo, and I would love to help you out today if that'd be okay with you. How are you today? Well, it's great to hear you're doing exceptionally well. And what can I do for you today? Okay, sure. You're wanting to go coffee shopping. Well, you have. I think I might just say I've come to the right place. What can I get for you? Okay, sure. You're wanting to try out a couple different roasts. No problem whatsoever. Here at Jojo's Espresso, we are all about trying to pair our clients with the best coffee. We source our coffee beans from all over the world, from Africa, Zimbabwe, parts of the Mediterranean, parts of America, South and North. We also import our coffee beans from delicate parts of Asia, and especially we are iconically known for our roast based in Australia. And we have different roasts as well from parts of the Congo and also Colombia, so you know, all of our coffee and taste preferences are unique. Some roasts are more compatible based on your preferences and stuff like that. So my goal as your barista today is to pair you with the perfect coffee together. So in today's taste session, I will be preparing quite a few different coffees, right? Different about roasts and blends, and you can taste a few of them. Depending on how that goes, you can then let me know from there where you want to go. So we have quite, like I said, the selection of coffees. Do you have any sort of idea if you've, had coffee before? Do you know sort of what your preferences are? Do you prefer Colombian beans? Do you prefer beans from China? Or, what do you prefer? Okay, sure. Alright, no worries. Well, why don't we get started then? Excellent. I'll be using my Nespresso machine right here. We also have, as well, to palate cleanse. I can give you some distilled water as well, just to, after every single taste of coffee, you can just sort of palate cleanse after that. So, before we get started, can I get you a glass of water? Excellent. Okay. Right. So is this your first time going coffee shopping? Yes, it's really a culture. Coffee tasting just brings people together, which is why I fell in love with, coffee. I love the social aspect of it. I love the cultural aspect of it. That sort of coffee brings people together is why I love it so much. And that 2 p.m. lunch break or whatever it may be, if you work and you go grab a coffee with some of the coworkers, and it just gives a great excuse to force people to interact with each other. And I love the social connections you can get when you go coffee tasting, and you're able to, find your local cafes and baristas, and you're able to do so much. So Anyway, enough yapping from my end. Let me get you that glass of water here. Would you like it cold or room temperature water? Cold. Okay, no worries. Let me get that for you right here. So as I said, this is distilled water. So I'm just grabbing that for you right now. Okay. There you go. So please enjoy. Feel free to palate cleanse with this after all of your coffees. And I also just want you to know that on top of being known for serving coffee, we also have a variety and range of teas. Tea is another just a whole different box of frogs, if you will. It's, another way to just explore different, echoes and aromas, and just really interacts with the senses in a different sort of way. So just if you would like, before we get into the coffee, I can show you what tea we have. Moroccan mint. Some Moroccan mint tea. This is from Dilma. And Dilma is an amazing tea brand. Been around since the 80s. And Moroccan green tea is just such a fantastic. It's a very light tea bag. It's going to really just soothe and relax the body. And mint tea has been shown to help with mental clarity, calmness, relaxation. And so sometimes in life we want to drink tea or coffee, but it's around about our bedtime. So this Moroccan mint green tea doesn't have any caffeine in it. So like I said, it's a very relaxing tea. It's not going to stimulate you. It's just going to, if anything, make you very relaxed. So usually this tea is very easy to prepare. You just pour the tea into a strainer. You pour boiling water and let that simmer for 2 minutes, about 200 milliliters. And you are going to feel amazing. It's going to be fantastic for your mental clarity, as I said, relaxation. It's going to be soothing, and personally I love to have a cup of Moroccan mint tea before going to bed sometimes. Next we have natural jasmine green tea. This tea is using ancient techniques and it's very perfumous tea. It has a lot of sensual perfume of night blooming, and they use jasmine flowers for this tea to combine it with green tea. And 7 other scentings are used for this tea, which is what makes it so great. And the result is it creates a very delicate tea. I would describe the experience drinking this jasmine green tea, and has a pale amber infusion and an elusive, bewitching aroma, if I were to describe it. So all the ingredients are is green tea and jasmine petals, and it's just overall an amazing experience having this tea. It's just engages the senses. And just moving on here, we have our next is the Ceylon Original Breakfast Tea. So you might be a coffee drinker, you might be a tea person, but the most important part of your day is not breakfast, it's the coffee or tea breakfast. So, when we're looking for the best beverage to have to accompany our bacon and eggs, what we're looking for is something that's going to cut through maybe the protein or the fats that we have consumed. And so this is a very strong tea bag, unlike the jasmine and the green tea. This is a very intense, majestic, and it's a perfectly rounded morning tea. So it's great to have this straight after, or as you are palate cleansing from, like I said, if you're eating anything intense for breakfast, maybe bacon and eggs, or something with a lot of fat in it, this is going to cut right through it, and it's just going to give you that relief, and just going to make you feel like $1 million, really. So it's an intense, majestic, and perfectly rounded morning tea. This black tea is grown in the Dumbala Valley, and the BOP leaf produces a burgundy brew that offers body strength, colour, and pungency, representative of a fine Ceylon tea. And so the ingredients for this tea is nothing more than pure Ceylon black tea, and there are no additives. So you're really getting an intense, strong tea bag here, but it's what you would need for breakfast usually. So I would recommend having this with breakfast. You can have it straight, or you can have it with a dash of milk or a drop of milk. Whatever your preferences are, you can have a dash, a drop, you can have, as you know, a scoop of milk, whatever suits you. Next up, finally we have a herb-infused tea. Okay. This is the pure chamomile flower tea, made with real chamomile flowers. This is an elegant and mild infusion. It has notes of apple, herb, hay, and honey, and it creates a bouquet of gentle flavors. And it makes this a perfect, naturally caffeine-free evening brew. I'm sure you can relate. Maybe you have during the evening, they say, everyone's checking on their health these days, and we're all very health conscious these days, and well, they always say don't drink coffee too late after a certain time of the day. I think research has said it's probably not a good idea to have coffee after 4 to 5 p.m. So sometimes you still want to get that satisfying taste and sense experience with your drink. That's not going to keep you up until 3 a.m. in the morning. And so this chamomile tea is perfect. It's caffeine free. It's very gentle and mild infused tea, and all it uses is chamomile flowers. There are no additives, and for this you would just use 220 milliliters of water, boiling hot water. Let that sit there for 3 to 5 minutes and you're good to go. I personally love having this tea bag on a Sunday evening, just viewing the estate and just pondering. It's a very relaxing tea bag. And so yeah. Alright, so those are just some of our range of teas that we have here. Why don't we get into the good stuff here? So why don't we explore different coffees? So we have a range of coffee beans here. And first of all, I have to ask you, would you like your coffee with sugar or no sugar? What would you prefer? I just want you to know you can have it with, we have raw sugar right here. Okay. Now, in terms of brown sugar versus white sugar, personally I prefer brown sugar. Less processed, less refined, and it just tastes, you can just taste it, you know, it just tastes a little bit less bad for you, I think, and it's a raw ingredient. And we also, of course, have white sugar. So, personally, I always opt for brown sugar. It's just, I don't know, it just tastes less refined, I suppose. Less processes I've gone through, but white sugar is also good, so it's really up to you. We also have stevia, we also have like artificial sweeteners, if that's something you'd be interested in, but if you want to take my advice personally, I would recommend just going with pure sugar. So would you like any sugar with your coffee? Just a little bit, okay, sure. Alright, well, for today's selection of coffees, we have a myriad of capsules. First of all, we have Colombian brew coffee. So this is a Colombian brew here. These coffee beans are obviously imported from Colombia. We get them shipped over here, and then what we do is we infuse those coffee beans with our chocolate roast. So this is our chocolate roast coffee right here. So we take those Colombian coffee beans that we get shipped fresh, okay, and we infuse it with our chocolate blend, which is made of 7 special cacao ingredients, sugar and stuff like that. We enrich the coffee beans. It goes through a sort of an enzyme process which sort of unlocks those coffee beans, and you get this extremely special coffee right here. The taste is amazing, and coffee, as you know, is a whole experience. You have the taste, the initial taste, and then you have the aftertaste, okay? So when you try this chocolate blend, chocolate roasted coffee, the Colombian beans, you sort of get this initial hit of that intense coffee, and then as it lingers in the palate, as it covers all 9,000 taste buds, you, after about a few seconds after it goes down the throat, you get that beautiful second wave aftertaste, okay? And in that aftertaste, you're going to get those hints of dark chocolate and the cacao, and that's just going to really mesh well with the coffee flavor and just overall create this sublime experience which engages and spellbinds the senses. So we have this on the menu, the Colombian coffee blend. We also have the Zimbabwean white chocolate blend. So 2 completely different coffee beans. This one has a very nice sweet sort of echo after that. So both of these coffee beans are quite amazing. In terms of my preference, I prefer the Colombian chocolate infused coffee beans. This one is personally my favorite, this brew, but to each their own. So what we can do is make some coffee for you here, and I just want to also say that we also have some complimentary butter maruku crackers here, if you would like. If you would like to palate cleanse after, here you go. So why don't we go ahead and make a cup of coffee for you? So what would you like? The Colombian beans, okay. problem. So, would you like any milk with your coffee? Or would you like it as an espresso? I just want to say, coffee can be consumed in tons of different ways. You can have it as a cappuccino, a latte. You can get it as a piccolo. Piccolo is basically just a small shot of, it's just a shot of coffee. You can have it as an espresso. You can get it as, we also have ice, so if you would like this to be a iced drink, that can also work with us. Do you have any sort of style you would like it? As a latte? Okay, sure. No problem whatsoever here. Would you like a creamer with your coffee? Yes? Okay, sure. Just open the fridge here. Right, we have our creamer here. Okay, so why don't we get started? I'm just going to open up the coffee machine. Take our pod here, one sec. Okay. Alright, I have the coffee here. I'm just going to place that in. Beautiful. And of course we actually make our own coffee cups here, which is fantastic, so I'll get that started for you, sir. Okay. And go. So, as the coffee starts pouring out, you'll immediately be able to smell those aromas, the Colombian coffee beans, the chocolate infusion that we have going on there, and you're just going to be able to get just a nice little teaser, a preview of the amazing taste profile of that coffee. So we're just going to let that come out. Beautiful. And whilst that's doing that, would you like any milk with your coffee, you said? Okay, sure. So we have here a selection of milks. We have obviously full cream milk, skim milk, semi-skim milk. We also have plant-based milks. So if you maybe have, if you're lactose intolerant or you just prefer plant-based milks, we have almond milk, soy milk, coconut milk. We have also macadamia milk, and we have oat milk. So those are our selection of plant-based milks. Would you like any of those? Okay, sure. So let me just bring that up. Alright, beautiful. Okay, so your coffee is all done. Okay. Now I'm just going to froth the milk here. That's okay. Okay, and I'm just going to froth that now. Beautiful. Okay, so we have very special machines here that are able to froth all milks. As you know, some milks froth a little bit better than others, but here our technology is, we use some really good machines here, so we're able to froth all of the different milks pretty effectively, I'd say. Obviously some are a little easier than others, but for the most part, well, it's pretty good. Alright, that's done. Alright, just put that off. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, let's pour that up here. Here you go. Alright, well, here is your Colombian brew coffee right there. taste. Let me know your thoughts, and hopefully you're able to really experience that. Just savor the flavor, and we make sure to prepare a coffee at the perfect temperature. You don't want it too hot, you don't want it too cold, because otherwise it spoils the flavor. So we make sure to get the most accurate scientific temperature, so your coffee should be perfectly heated. So what are your thoughts? Pretty good, right? Excellent. Well, how do you feel? Would you like to buy some of that? Beautiful. Alright. Would you like 100 grams or 500 grams of the Colombian chocolate brew? 100 grams? No problem there. Alright, so there you go. There's your little 100-gram pack of coffee right there. I'll give that to you. And I would like to thank you so much for coming down to our Jojo's Espresso shop today. Hope you had an amazing time. And happy coffee drinking. We'll see you next time.